Live from the Plymouth Canton Educational Park.
You're listening to Newsfile at 5:30 on 88.1 The Park.
I'm Anya, and in tonight's news, a Canton Lunch and Learn will focus on the importance of pollinators, and the City of Plymouth hosts a presentation on building a thriving community.
Now, for the latest news that matters in your community.
You have the chance to learn how to grow your own pollinator garden this fall when the Local Impact Alliance hosts nonprofit organization creating habitats for pollinators. This session is part of the Local Impact Alliance's Lunch and Learn program. Guests will take home knowledge on how to build their own gardens full of native wildflowers, which will support the lives of many pollinators. Founder of Creating Habitats for Pollinators, David Hammond, says that the workshop is important because the more pollinators gardens an area has, the better the environment will be.
And so they're a good kind of benchmark to see how we're doing in terms of a healthy environment. If the pollinators are doing well, we're doing well.
Create Your Own Pollinator Garden will take place October 11th at Canton Township's Administrative Building on Canton Center Road from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. Guests are encouraged to bring their own lunch to the event. For more information, visit localimpactalliance.org.
The City of Plymouth and Rotary Club are partnering together for a presentation focused on building a stronger community in Plymouth. The presentation, Taking Plymouth to the Next Level, will feature speaker Doug Griffiths, who is also the author of 13 Ways to Kill Your Community. The book has been used by Plymouth officials and staff to build a discussion around the importance of a strong community. The presentation will focus on several themes, including assessing community values, working cooperatively, accepting change, and attracting new businesses. Plymouth City Manager Paul Sincock says he hopes the presentation will bring people together to help Plymouth thrive.
We want to help build strong community, and certainly we want to attract new businesses as well. So this is really an important program for anybody in the community to come and hear the talk and understand the progress that we could make.
The presentation takes place on Tuesday, December 5th at Plymouth Cultural Center and is free. More information can be found at 734-453-1234, extension 203.
The death of an American political icon taps our look at state and national news tonight. Senator Dianne Feinstein has died at the age of 90. The California Democrat was the longest-serving female senator in U.S. history. Lately, she's been battling health issues, but no word yet on an official cause of death. Thousands of federal workers are considering what a government shutdown would mean for their families. If lawmakers on Capitol Hill can't agree on necessarily spending bills to fund the government before Sunday, federal employees who have non-essential gigs will have to be furloughed, which means no paychecks. The last government shutdown began in late December 2018 and went for 35 days, stressing local food banks to the brink and leaving many folks unable to pay their bills. The United Auto Workers strike is expanding once again. Today, UAW President Shawn Fain called for 7,000 workers at GM and Ford plants to go on strike, saying the automakers have refused to make any meaningful progress. Fain added stalemates to make big progress moments before he began speaking. The Supreme Court's approval rating is lingering at a record low. A new Gallup poll found Americans tend to view the court negatively as it's set to begin its new term next week. Right now, 41% of respondents approve how the Supreme Court is working and 58% disapprove. The Detroit Casino Council says that union members will vote today on a possible strike. The negotiating committees for the workers at Detroit's and 3 casinos says that they staff most of the operations at the gambling houses. Negotiations have been processed since early September, with the union wanting better wages to have raises aligned with the cost of living. The strikes would happen mid-October if approved. For Newsfile 530, I'm Anya. Your look at campus news is next.
Hello, I'm Brad Savage. I am an obsessive record collector, and now I'm sharing this lifelong collection with the world on a special one-hour show called Cruising the Decades. The concept is one song per decade from 1920 through the 2020s. It's almost like a musical time machine cruising through 100 years of music. Any genre of music is okay. The anthropology of music history. I hope you'll join me for Cruising the Decades each Sunday morning at 9 a.m. here on 88.1 The Park, Plymouth and Canton's hit music.
Your place for Plymouth Canton Community Schools updates.
It's Campus News. In Campus News, the PCEP counseling departments have released information about 2023 to 24 advanced placement exams. Students will need to register through school-specific portals. For more information about deadlines and exam fees, visit the counseling page of the PCEP website. Canton Girls Volleyball will host their annual Cherry Night game to benefit the Plymouth Canton Community Schools Clothing Bank when the team takes on Heartland on Tuesday, October 3rd with freshmen and JV at 5 and varsity at 6:30 p.m. Fans can help the clothing bank by bringing new or gently used jogging pants, tennis shoes for high school students, and teen clothing for school. They'll also have a specific drawing, raffle baskets, and a bake sale to support the cause. P-CCS TV is a new home of the district's digital content, offering expanding information and entertainment that's better than ever. Subscribing to P-CCS TV via YouTube will give viewers new ways to interact with the school district with an inside look at the innovative learning going on in the classrooms. Go behind the scenes with award-winning extracurricular offerings and catch live-stream sports, concerts, and performances, and reporting from on-site events across the P-CCS community. To subscribe for free, visit P-CCS TV on YouTube. For Campus News, I'm Lola. Your look at sports is next.
PCEP students can get an early start on a career in media. Audition for the staff of 88.1 The Park, one of the top high school radio stations in the country. You can do sports play-by-play or work behind the microphone as a DJ. There are also opportunities for students to work behind the scenes on the station's promotion staff, and you'll get to try your hand at news writing and reporting. An online audition application is available at 881thepark.com. Applications are due by Friday, September 29th. You can also learn more about the station at a pre-audition Zoom meeting on Wednesday, September 20th at 7 p.m. This message is brought to you by 88.1 The Park, Plymouth and Canton's hit music.
Football, baseball, basketball, hockey.
It's time for Newsfile at 5:30 Sports.
Salem boys varsity soccer fell to Northville on the road yesterday. The game was 1-1 heading into the half, but Northville scored an unanswered goal in the second that gave them the 2-1 victory. Cooper Neustadt was the Salem's lone scorer in the loss. Plymouth battled Novi to a 1-1 tie. Novi were able to tie the game on a second-half penalty kick. The Lions received good news today when the NFL announced changes in their gambling policy that will allow wide receiver Jamison Williams to return to games starting next week against Carolina. He was originally suspended for the first 6 games of the season. The Lions dominated the first half en route to a 34-20 takedown of the Packers on Thursday Night Football at Lambeau Field. Detroit jumped out to a 27-3 lead at halftime that included a pair of touchdown runs from David Montgomery and a TD reception by Amon-Ra St. Brown. Montgomery found the end zone once more in the second half and finished with 121 yards. The Lions defense racked up 5 sacks while Jerry Jacobs had 2 picks to help Detroit improve to 3-1. The Lions host Carolina next Sunday. Fired Michigan State head coach Mel Tucker says that he plans on filing a lawsuit for wrongful termination. Tucker's attorney sent a letter to the university on Thursday requesting the school keep all electronic and paper records of the athletic department and other employees for possible future litigation. This comes after Michigan State fired Tucker for cause following allegations of sexual misconduct involving a prominent rape survivor and activist. For sports news, I'm Andy McLaren. Your look at traffic and weather is next.
From M14 to I-94, your look at traffic starts now.
In Newsfile at 5:30 traffic. Traffic is moving at posted speeds on I-275 in Canton and Plymouth, even with construction. But construction has speeds a bit slower on I-96 approaching I-275. That's all for traffic. A look at weather is next.
88.1 The Park with your local weather forecast.
Clear skies early tonight with fog later and a low of 58. Tomorrow will be pleasant after some morning fog with partly sunny skies and a high of 72. Currently in Plymouth Canton, it's 68 degrees under cloudy skies. On your source for the best local news, 88.1 The Park. For Andy and Lola, I'm Anya on Newsfile 530. Stick around, Plymouth and Canton's hit music is next, followed by a countdown to kick off at 6:40.